Okay, so this song is in standard tuning, and you put the capo on the third fret. Okay, so that basically puts the song into E flat. So when you're playing a C chord, you're actually playing an E flat. But what I'm going to do is I'll call the chords and the frets and notes as if the capo was the nut. Okay, so that's a C chord, etc. There's not a lot of stuff going on with the left hand in this song. There's 5 or 6 different chords going on, and then but there's a lot of picking. Okay, so the picking, the finger picking is the thing here that you're probably gonna have to work on the most. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go over the chords first, the left hand. It starts with a C, so you've got your basic C, and then you've got this form here, which is like a G with the B in the bass. Okay, so we're going to call that G over B. Okay, and then we've got A minor 7. So we've got first finger, first fret, B string, and second fret of the D string, A minor 7, and then we're back to G over B bass, back to C. Okay, so that's the first section chords. Just goes over and over, same chords, right? And then we've got in the bridge, we go to this chord here, which is like a D7 over an F sharp in the bass. Okay, and you want to mute the A string there. You don't want to play that or have that ring, and you're not going to play the E string. Okay, and we're picking here, so we're not worried about muting that so much because we won't pick it anyways. Okay, so we got that, and then we've got a G chord like that. We precede that with a little pull off here. So you can't really call it a chord, but it's like a passing note. So there's that shape, and then we've got this, which is like a D over an F sharp bass. Okay, and then we've got an E minor. Again, it's got that little pull off thing in it. Okay, and then we're back to here. Okay, and then later on in the song we're going to get into chords like this, which is a C with that G up there, and here, which is that, but adding the G, right? It's like that. It's like the B over, or the G over B bass, but we add the G. And then we do this one at 1.2, which is a C9, which is like C with that G, but we also have the D in there. Or sorry, yeah, the D. Getting my dots mixed up here. Okay, so that form, open, that all that stuff there. Okay, so that's pretty well it for the chords. And then the picking again is a Travis picking pattern, very similar to Never Going Back Again. And the thumb basically is just going to go A string, D string, like so. And at other times it'll go E string, D string. And that's all the thumb does through the whole song. Okay, it doesn't do anything else. And then we've got the fingers, right? So what we're going to do is assign every string to a finger. So the third finger will take the high E string. Second finger will take the B string. First finger will take the G string. So whenever those strings are plucked, that's the fingers we're going to use, okay? So we'll just go over the very first figure. There's about eight figures, and there's actually a ninth figure that is sort of a variation on the eighth figure. But we'll go over these figures. Keeping in mind that there's 4 guitars in this song recorded. There's 2 guitars that are kind of doing the same thing, just double tracked. And then there's one that comes in on the right side, about 40 seconds in or so, just seems to be accenting bass notes and filling in here and there. And then there's a really dominant guitar that comes in on the left side. And when it comes in, it sort of takes over. So what I've done is I've combined that one that sort of is dominant with the basic double track guitar. Okay, so it's a combination of all of them, just to try and get it to sound like the record, okay, using one guitar. Yeah, okay, so the first figure is just, we're doing this, right? Okay, so the fingers, your thumb's just doing that, and the fingers are just going, okay, so you put them together, and that our first finger comes into the G string right after we hit the first bass note, right? So right there, we're just dealing with the A string, the D string, the G string, and the B string. Okay, the high E and the low E we're not touching yet. Okay, so that's a lot of the song is playing that, especially at the beginning. It goes over and over and over. Okay, the next pattern comes in right at the end of the line to the landslide brought me down in the first verse, okay? And that's just a little stuttered start sort of a thing. So it sounds like, yes. Okay, and then they start over again. It's just sort of like a separator to start the second verse. Okay, so we'll just break that down. So we're doing this. Do it really slow. Okay, hopefully you can get that. It's hard to break this stuff down, but I think the best thing is just to go over and over that spot on this video, and you'll get it. Okay, I'll do it one more time slow. Okay, and then we're back into, and that goes on and on and on for a long time. And what happens is the last line she sings in the second verse is, "Can I handle the seasons of my life?" Okay, and then she kind of hums the next little bit. And what happens is this is where the guitar starts to really change. This is where that guitar on the left side comes in and sort of takes over. And there's a lot of picking in this next section, okay? So I'm going to play that for you. This is how it comes in. So... and then we go into the guitar solo. Okay, so we'll break that down now. So what happens is the guitar is going along like so, and when we hit this A minor, after that humming thing, that humming part, it comes in like this. So basically what's happening is that the thumb's just doing that, and the fingers are just going. So we just 2 3 1 2 3, just in order, right? E string, B string, G string. So you put that together and you get this. Okay, so that's that first bit there. Okay, and then we're coming into this. Instead of going, we're going to go. So the E string to the C note there, first fret of the B string. So okay, so that's the D to the third fret of the B string, which is the D note, right? To the open B. Okay, so far we've got right? So then what comes next is the A minor 7. We're going to hammer on that C note on the B string first fret. So we're going. Those are the notes we're picking, right? And of course the thumb is still doing the same thing. So, right? So it's, and then you put the thumb in there, you got. That whole section then will sound like this. Okay, you may have to rewind that a few times to get that. Okay, but that's what he's doing. That's sort of the that's what that guitar on the left comes in and sort of takes over. Okay, so moving on, the next bit is this. Okay, so we'll break that down, and again we're on the G now, and we're pulling off on that C note on the B string first fret. That's how we start the phrase. So it's, and remember the bass is just doing that, right? Now we're on the E string D string section, right? So, and then we hit that G note, third fret of the E string, with our third finger, because that's what we've assigned to that string, right? And then we have this D over an F sharp bass, so. Okay. And then we pick that note there, the C note, first fret of the B string, so. Okay. And then we're going to pull it off on the E minor. Okay, so okay, and then we do this. Say. Okay. And then we're into this figure again, which is just your standard figure, right? Okay, so then we're back into this again. It's A minor 7, hammering on that B string on the first fret, and we do a little bit different than the first. The first time we went. Okay, this time we're going to go. Okay, so that whole section there then would be. Okay, and then we're going to do this again. Identical to the first time we did it, right? Okay, so we come out of that at doing this, and then we're here. Okay, so that's just we're going. Okay, and the bass, is doing that, right? Okay, that never changes. Remember, so. And then we're here. That figure that we learned earlier, right? After that comes in after the very first verse. A little stuttered start. Okay, so that's that whole section. There's a lot to that there. A lot of picking going on. I mean, a lot of guys will just simplify it and play it like this. You can do that if you want to make it easier. You're just picking those same patterns all the way through. But if you want to sound authentic and sound like the song and get some dynamics and some interesting stuff going on, you want to pick all these extra parts. So I'll just play that whole section coming out of the Can I Handle the Seasons of My Life part. Okay, so we're starts here. Okay, that's a very tricky part. Probably take quite a bit of time to get that down. Okay, and then it goes into the solo, and the solo it's just basically that over and over. Okay, and if you really listen, sometimes he'll do this. He'll just throw the E in there and the G, just those shapes, instead of just doing that all the time. You can pretty well do whatever you want in there, because the focus is on the guitar solo anyways, right? Okay, so then coming out of the guitar solo, this is how it comes out. We go into this. So whereas before we don't do that here. We just play it straight both times, okay? So we just go, coming out of the solo, just play it straight here. Okay, and then we go into this bit. Play it straight here. It's a lot easier. And this is the part of the song where you get a lot of picking. This is the most picking of the song. Probably the most challenging part. Okay, play it up to speed, coming out of the last chorus. Okay, so that's a pretty tricky part of the song. So, but I think it's essential that you do that if you want to really give it that sort of crescendo sort of thing going on, right? It really comes to a peak at that part. Okay, so we're coming out of the chorus. Okay, and this is where it starts. Okay, we've done that before, right? We know that figure already, so. And then we're here, and it kind of, you get the A string and the first fret of the B string. That's how this next part starts. Okay, so we're coming from here. Okay, so and then we just pick it straight through. So from there on in, it's right. We just straight through. Of course, the bass never changes. Remember that bass never changes. So we're here. That whole part straight through, and then we go back to this, and then here. Okay, so that whole bit again is going to be and then we're just back to figure one. Okay, for that last verse. Okay, and then after the line, well, the landslide will bring you down. Okay, we do another kind of crescendo thing, which goes like this. Very similar to the other part, it's just a little bit different, okay? So it's there's not as much straight through picking, okay? And this part here is kind of a real feel part, you know. You could probably play this a lot of different ways, but you just want to kind of get that G thing. That kind of droning, right? Right, and then it sort of stops on that chord, which is that G over a B bass, right? And we've got that high G in there too. Okay, and then the song just ends on this. Slows down. Okay, last chord of the song, A minor, right? The A string, the G string, the B string. Okay, that's it. A lot of picking in this song, a lot of different patterns. You know, if you, like a lot of people say, oh yeah, landslide's easy. And essentially, the first part is easy. Well, easier. But if you want to learn, you know, all the good parts, it's going to take some work. But I think the payoff is worth it because it really does sound cool. And it's a great song and great playing by Lindsey Buckingham once again, right? That's it. Hope you get something out of it. See ya.